guideposts. So that's cool. And reflective improvement framework, Scrum, the real Scrum, not the stuff you guys are probably doing. I'll go back on that after a minute. Real Scrum, Crystal, and capital K Kanban have got so few rules, you couldn't say really that you are doing them. But what they do is they say, here's some things to think about. Now go ye forth and get together and talk ship, and get together and talk and pay attention to these guideposts and decide what to do next. That's all they say. But we have three really quite different entries in this category. So Scrum, and I've run this by Jeff Sutherland and Ken Schwaber, so I'm pretty confident about what I'm saying. When I teach the Intro Agile course on day one, so this is core Scrum. It's 5 sentences, or core Scrum. And then this is like all these barnacles that attach to Scrum that aren't exactly Scrum, but it's hard to like peel them off. And here's random rumor and hearsay. I don't know how it got there, but people who don't know say it's Scrum, right? And so every sentence that you ever would want to say, you could put them in one of 3 categories. So core Scrum has got 3 main sentences and 2 add-ons that are very close to being barnacles, quite frankly. And the 3 sentences are the following. The first one is, deliver every month. Footnote, got a little fine print here. It's demo or deliver every month. And it isn't every month, it's every sprint, because a sprint could be different anywhere between 1 week and 6 weeks. Okay, with all the fine print, essentially it means deliver every month, demo or deliver every sprint. Rule 1, demo or deliver every sprint. Rule 1. Okay. Rule 2, you hired good people, allegedly, who in principle can get the job done, keep your nose out of it, and let them decide what to do. That's the self-organization, self-management principle. So when you ask any question, the answer is always let the team decide. You hired them, let them, they're professionals, they're adults, they've been trained, right? You hired them, so let them choose. Get your nose out. That's the management, right? Management's job is to pick people to put on the team, give them a mission, and get out of the way. That's the hard part for management to do. So that's rule 2, right? Team decides everything. Rule 3, inspect and adapt every day and at the end of every sprint. Why? Because lots of stuff's going wrong. Look around you every day and figure it out. And when you get done with a sprint, right, demo or deliver, then sort out what you did right, what you did wrong, what you want to do differently, right? And that's it. That's all the guideposts. Not a whole lot of guideposts, right? Demo or deliver every sprint. Let the team decide. Inspect and adapt every day every sprint. Oh, by the way, 2 more sentences that make it very Scrum-like is, it's a good idea to have somebody with some excess or spare capacity to go around to get rid of all the little obstacles and roadblocks that slow people down. We'll call that person the Scrum Master. Right? The Scrum Master is not a master, is not a manager, is not anything. It's the chief impediment remover. The purpose of the Scrum Master is to make it so everybody else can run full speed. That's it. That's the end of the Scrum Master job. And I always ask Scrum Masters what they do after. You've got a 10-minute stand-up meeting every morning. What else do you do with the rest of your day? You've got an easy life. Right? But people think there's a master involved in the Scrum Master, and people jam stuff on things and turn them into project managers. Or in Germany, they're very much become like the shrink for the group, right? The psychiatrist for the group, and they're training up and stuff like that. So that's the 4th sentence. And the 5th sentence is really very close to being a barnacle. And it says, it's really annoying when multiple people show up and give the team conflicting orders and conflicting priorities. So make sure there's only one set of vocal cords, I mean, literally one set of vocal cords that shows up and answers questions and gives directives to the team on a priority setting point of view. Why is that? It's because in the 90s, a lot of people had multiple masters who gave conflicting orders and the team suffered. So the Scrum guy said, we're going to fix that problem, right in the core by having only one set of vocal cords that solves that problem. I want you to see it's close to a barnacle because it's solving a particular problem. Okay. So that alignment, so that's core Scrum. Everything else is a barnacle or rumor. Okay, so let's go after some of those barnacles or rumors. What about Burndown charts? Are they core or are they barnacle? From my perspective, they're barnacles. Who said you have to use a Burndown chart? And I'm very happy that about 2 years ago, Jim Kopleen, who's now in Denmark, worked with the Scrum people, and they changed the whole metaphor of Scrum to say there's rules of a game and strategies for playing the game. in the rules of the game, you've got those 5 sentences I said. In the strategies, it's a good strategy to use burndown charts. Well, that's really nice because it's outside of core. You could use burndown charts. You could use burn-up charts. You could use other things that tell you where you are. It's not up to Scrum to decide if your chart is burned down or burn up. It's let the team decide, right? So it's a barnacle. What about planning poker with the Fibonacci numbers? Rumor and hearsay. Got nothing to do with Scrum at any level. It's a cute idea. It caught on. Happened to be a bunch of Scrum people who caught on first. So like, it's Scrum. Got zero, nothing to do with Scrum. Nothing to do with Scrum, all right? So so when you look at this thing, Scrum is magnificently empty. It's beautifully empty. And Ken Schwaber says it straight up. It says, Scrum helps you identify interesting questions and gives you no answers. Why does it give you no answers? Well, you got these smart people, put them together. They've got all the contextual clues. They know where the shell casings can be found. And they'll figure out whatever they can figure out. Don't ask Ken to solve all the problems of all the projects in the world with one set of rules. He's not that stupid. He's a smart guy, right? So he says, no, figure it out for yourself. So there's the core Scrum. So what's inside of Scrum? Nothing. As he said, it's a mirror. He says deliver every month. Oh, you know, we can't deliver every month because we've got this integration test. You don't understand. You don't understand. We got this whole blah, 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 blah. Right? You say this stuff, and you watch Ken, and he goes, "You're talking to the mirror. Seems to me you've got a problem around integration testing." Oh yeah, that's why we can't do Scrum. Why don't you deal with that integration testing thing so you can, for instance, deliver every month? Well, you can deliver every month. Then obviously you've solved an interesting problem and you're doing better, right? You're doing better. Now make it 3 weeks. Oh, we can't do that because don't you understand we've got, I think you just saw something in the mirror. How about you address that, right? So Scrum is great at surfacing the problems because the directive is deliver every month. If you can't deliver every month, you have standing right in front of you the next thing you need to work on, right? That's what Scrum is. Where do the answers come from? Well, the team. Right? That's you hired smart people, let them figure it out. So Scrum's got nothing to say. So it's beautifully empty in that sense. Crystal has got guideposts.